Now, it's 2026, it's the new year, and it's time to get this place a little bit better situated. So, the first thing for the new year is we're gonna get all these shelves hung up.
So, quick jump back to the past. I actually started hanging up all these shelves about a week before, and I ended up not knowing what the distance was on the studs. My stud finder wasn't picking them up very well. Found out that they were 24 on center, not 16. Some of these tracks were actually shorter than the others and cut weird, so nothing ended up working out how I wanted. So I ended up moving everything back away from the wall and redoing it. I also bid on a couple cars in between here. Nothing panned out, but hopefully in the future something comes up. And now back to the present day where I started doing everything the right way.
"24 hours later."
Another day later, we needed to get the X5 out, so we had a nice area to work with and get these shelves cut down. I haven't done much woodworking, so this was a first for me. I've done a lot of stuff with metal, but never wood.
All right, these are not exactly even. The board I used as a guide is definitely not straight, but for the most part, they're about 14 inches all the way. This actual end one is a little bit shorter, so I think this will be a bottom board. And then as it goes up, it can have the larger boards so I don't walk into them, because I am a little bit tall. But this went better. I feel like if I had like actual proper woodworking tools, it wouldn't be that bad. The saw started freaking out and shutting off in the middle of that last cut. And I don't know why, but we didn't hit the cinder blocks, so that's good. So now I want to put them up and see how it looks.
And remember how I said I didn't hit the brick? Well, as you can see where I'm marking here, I went completely into the cinder block trying to cut that piece of board.
A little more into the future, we got some pegboards, so this is slowly coming along. This is going to be on the list to tackle next, but as I do when I start working on stuff, I start getting different ideas, and I don't think I'm going to build a bench 100% now. I'm going to clear this off because this is about the same height as what I want. This is 2 pieces, and then I can turn this into like an 8-foot long workbench, and it should do everything I need. I'll probably just use a little bit thicker material on the top, drill it into the sides because everything's metal, and see what happens. But I got to clean it off and get rid of most of this because it's all old, bad, and not worth saving. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. We are making a lot more progress. So this may be the final solution. Not here, but at least the top. I think we'll take some of the MDF and then brace it underneath, but give it this pine top. I think this is a good length for it. It's a good height, and we can brace it up underneath and then maybe make some changes to the back. Now, though, I've got to get this engine out from under this bench so I can move it and try putting this there instead, because I think that's the better option. And then we may need to find a new home for the toolbox and that table saw. But I think this may be wide enough that we can fit both the engines under there sideways. And then we'll be able to use this and this bench and have a much better usable working area. I just got to figure out what to do with all of this garbage in the corner. Alright, so as you can see, everything is looking a little bit better and a little bit more organized, which feels good. For the first time in the 12 years I've been working on cars, I finally have a workbench, and not just one, but two. So I'm real excited about that. We've got a few more projects lined up for the summer, especially once it warms up a little bit, so we can get these knocked out. And then shop renovations part 2 with paint and fixing up all the other broken stuff in here should be coming when it warms up, because we'll have a little bit more time and it'll be a little bit easier and not have to worry about things freezing and drying. Shelves are all up for the most part. I ran out of brackets, so I need to find those single track brackets. If anybody knows where you can get those, let me know. So I can get more ordered, because I would love more shelves and to go down further with this. These will become one engine here hopefully in the next few months. I've had some things change, so we'll be able to get started on that sooner, and then we'll go on from there. And hopefully the 2002 will be on its way soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who's tuned in, especially over the last couple videos, commented, and giving me feedback. Hopefully we'll get back to going into cars soon.